All right, so today we're going to do some video with a Kubota B1700 and our split fire 4003. And yes, I'm wearing an air boot. I toasted my foot snowboarding. Trees don't move, who knew? So I get to take my revenge out on this tree today, but it fell probably before winter or late fall sort of thing. And we think it's magnolia, but we're not quite sure. So we'll see how it works on the 1700. We've had people ask, will a chipper run on a tractor with an engine as small as 17 horsepower? Now, this has got 17 horsepower, 13 PTO, so it's on the really low end of what a chipper like this would require. But we have a bunch of smaller stuff. We got some 2-inch, some 3-inch. We'll see how it works. But typically, you're not going to get into your 4s and 4.5s with this much power. The tractor's not going to be able to do it very well. But if you got a lot of smaller stuff around the yard, it's going to work out pretty good. So we'll see how it does in the video. We'll run it. You can see how the engine loads up under pressure. And, but for the most part, it should work pretty good. All right, so if you're looking at getting a 4003 from us, just keep in mind the frame size of the tractor. Now, this is a compact tractor. And if you're getting a subcompact, like in our previous videos, we have a BX2370, that's a subcompact, we'd have to cut the PTO shaft for you. But in this case, with a compact frame size, there's enough length on the PTO arms where we don't have to cut it, and the regular length is good to go. And as far as options go, we have our lovely tool holder, so rakes, shovels can go in there. We have our steel discharge chute, so we're going to blow it into the trailer. And the one thing we forgot to add, it's still at the shop, is a rear hitch. Now, normally I'd be towing this trailer with the chipper, but we have our handy dandy little Polaris ATV, so we'll fill this up and go dump it up by the house, and we can keep the tractor down here. So let's get her started. I might take the saw and get some wood cut, or Lenny can get some wood cut because I don't feel like doing it with his foot, but we'll get chipping. All right, so we got some wood cut. Let's start this puppy up and gauge this PTO. So, all right, so on like an older tractor like this, you can increase your RPM to just like 15, nothing too crazy. 540 is what we want for PTO. And I'm gonna release this clutch, it's a foot clutch, and don't get too turned on my boot. But we're gonna release it nice and slow. We don't just wanna pop it, so I'm going to kind of look at that PTO shaft. I can kind of see it go under pressure a little bit. You can hear the engine load up a little bit. Beautiful. So super easy. And from there we'll just speed it up until we get 540 on the dash here. So you can see a little line there. All right, so there it is. If you have a smaller Kubota 1700 or even a B1750, of course there's some bigger models, but you know, this has got 13 PTO horsepower and it works quite well. You know, in some of the bigger stuff in the 3.5, this thing's gonna struggle, but if you got a lot of branches that are 2, 2.5, 3, 1-inch branches, this will work all day long. And on the older tractors, you can engage them real nice and slow with that foot clutch, which is much better than the newer tractors. So the rest of the stuff will get cut up into firewood and we'll burn it in my house. And other than that, we'll do some cleanup here and we're gonna be on our way. So if you have any questions or have any concerns about options or anything like that, give us a call at the office or see more at split-fire.com. If you want to see more of these videos, give us a big like and a subscribe, and we'll be posting every other week.